afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Faith Asonkran from the Methodist University Ghana Institution. I'm a student, yes. Please, we are learning C++ programming and we want to become programmers. I'm having a group that we are doing some small learning from the beginners level. So we are going to start with some theories about C++ or what is meant of C++. After that, then we move into the coding path of it. So we will talk some more about it. Then we continue and we are going to get a fair knowledge about it. So besides C++, as we know, is programming language, and it's a very popular programming language, and is used to create computer programs, and is one of the most used language in game development. So when you enter into the intermediate class, you will create a game so that you know how they are being created. Thank you. So if I am to continue, I will talk about what is C++ and also why it's used. Those that are having in the group can follow and see what we've talked already about what is meant of C++ and why it is used. And we have what is C++. To be C++ was developed by Jan Stroustrup, and is an extension to the C language. So this C++ is an extension to the C language. It's like when we say plus plus, it's like additional thing to the C. So additional to the C, an extension to the C, which is C++. And the C++ is a cross-platform language that can be used to create high performance applications. So I've already talked about that one. I said it's a popular language that is used to make most programs. So we use them creating of apps and popularly used in creating games. And we have like the console game centers, and we have the C++ gives programmers a high level of control over system, resource, and memories. So it's the same linking to the software part. We mostly use C++ because its level is very high, and for security reasons it is very strong. And according to records, the language was updated 4 major times in 2001, 2004, 2011, 2014, 2017, and 2020 to C++ 11, C++ 17, and C++ 20. So that is what we have for C++. What is C++? That's what I've given to you about. So we are now going to talk about why do we use C++. So if you are saying why we use C++, then you can mostly talk of because it is a popular language. That is why we use C++. So that's one. The reason why we use it is the world's most popular programming language. That's why we use C++. And it can be found in today's operating systems, graphical users interface, and embedded systems. So that's why we use C++. And C++ is an oriented programming language which gives a clear structure to programs and allows codes to be reused, lowering development ideas or costs. And C++ is portable and can be used to develop applications that can be adapted to multiple platforms. And as you know, it is very fun because you use them in creating games and things. So, and they are very easy to learn too. C++ is very easy to learn. C++ is close to C and the C hash and Java, and it makes it very easy for programmers to switch to either C or switching to Java, or either vice versa, moving from C to C++, Java to C++, or C hash to C++. So that is why we use C++. And because it's a popular language and it's fun and easy, that's why we are doing it on our platform. And also because we want to create things, systems, embedded systems, so that's why we are using the C++ on our platform. Thank you. And again, with C++, we are having IDEs for C++, and we are having Eclipse IDE, we are having Dev C++, we have CodeBlocks, we are having Visual Studio, and the rest. Those that are using phones, you can go to your Play Store, you type in coding C++, and you download it. You can use it for this type of programming language. But there are so many ways and how we download the IDEs. Some you have to get them and get other libraries to it, and some they contain the libraries. That's why I usually like using CodeBlocks, because CodeBlocks, when you just download it, it has all the libraries in it. But with Visual Studio, you have to also go and download the IDEs to it. So we'll be mostly using the CodeBlocks for our programs. Thank you. And also, please, with the IDEs, they are very good. And some were asking if it is prior knowledge, if we need to have a prior knowledge of C to learn the C++. No, you don't need to do that. As I already said, C++ is close to C, C hash, and Java, and it is very easy to learn. So you don't need to go and learn C before you come to learn C++. You can start learning C++ because it is very, very easy to learn. And you are not allowed, it's not important, or you don't need to learn other languages like Java and C hash before you learn it. Yes, I've already said you can learn it because it is very easy. Thank you. So this is the beginning of the program. So I am having so many IDs. As you can see, I am having the dev here. This is it, and I am also having the CodeBlocks, which is this, and I am also having Visual Studio. This is it, and I'm having I think Eclipse. Yes, embedded Eclipse for C++ development. So this is what we have, but I am going to use CodeBlocks as already said. So this is CodeBlocks. This is what I'll be using mostly. So it has to come. I've already given videos of how to download them, and there are some I didn't give, but I think you get it. So this is CodeBlocks. So there are some people, they open it and they cannot follow. To get know this how to do it. So with this, you go to your create a new project. It's in my previous video and you can see it. And you go to the console application. When you get here, you go to Go. Make sure it is C++. Then you move to next. Then you name your project. So by naming your project, so with naming my project, I name it beginners. Then I move to my next, and I make sure it's GNU GCC compiler. Yes, there are a lot, but we are using this one. So you have it, then you go to finish, then it is done. So you will see something like this. If you see something, don't be bothered. Please come here, come to the source, open it, open your program, and you have gotten it. And that is how we have and this the Hello World program. And with this Hello World program, don't be bothered about seeing this. This is a short program that when I run it, so this is where I mostly run my program. We are having the build and we are having the run, and this is build and run. But I'll be mostly using the build and run because we are beginners. When we get to the advanced stage, you know how and when to use the build and when to use the run. So we use the build and run for now. Okay. So I am running it, and I ran it, and it gave me Hello World. So I will explain on the next one how we got all these things. How when we run it prints these things out. We will explain all of them. But first, I want to talk about functions, and I've already spoken about functions in my on the platform, and we said function is in every program it has one or more functions, one of which must be the main or be named main. So we have here our main, this is our main, and this our function, and it means the block of code which is to perform some operations. So this is to allow all this everything here in the body of the function. So everything here is the body of the function. It's inside the function, so it's the body of the function. So I'll tell you this, the meaning of this, and the meaning of this, so that we get it. So as I already said, this is a simple code or simple functions. As we can see, this is the simple functions that we can see. And we are having also and we have all this place to be our function body. All these things to be our function, from this parenthesis to its closing, is our function body. So please, let's take note of all of these. As we are continuing, we'll get everything. Thank you. And with this, we are going to learn of some data types that we normally use. We are having a lot of data types. That's what we want to talk before we start with our coding. So as I said about data types, that we are going to talk about it. You see data types. So those that are already on the platform, you see the data types that we have. We got the definition to be one of the most fundamental concepts in programming. Type defines both the operations that are possible on those data, or on those data. So this is what we have, and this is, so I'm going to show you some examples, and we are having this as an example of the data or then the types. So these are types. I'll come to data types. These are types, and when we say types, this we can look at this example and see something about types. And with the types, we say when the type of a variable name x is t, we often say that x is a t, or interchangeably that x is a t or t is a x. So with this, we say um, um, x has a t or x is a t, sorry. And please, if we are saying of everyone knows of variables, mathematics, we know variables are, they are like alphabet that we use them to stand for something. So like we say x is equal to 2, x is a variable of 2. So we use them in expressions and those things. So this is what we are mostly talking of. The types, variables, yes, that's what we are mostly talking, standing for something and those things. And we are going to talk about data types and their loads. So with our next section, we will talk about data types. Thank you. Thank you once again. This is the next section that we are going to talk about data types. And with data types, we basically have 7 variable types or data types. And we have integers. So integers. And we also have strings. And I'll talk about each and every one that you see. Strings. And we are having double or float. So this one too is another one, and we talk about each and every one of them. So we have double or float. And please, we are having also boolean, and we are having character. We are having 7, but I think I'm not going to talk of all of them. We talk of few of them because this is the beginners class, and we are not going to talk. These are what we will basically use for now. We are having a lot. We are having long and the rest, but this is what we are going to use for now. So let me explain each and every one of them. This, in our C++ language, we will mostly use int for them. We are not going to write them in full as in integers, but we will mostly use int. So as you can see, int. Those if you can see them, those things are being colored and the rest. So let's take note of them. This is int, and they are used for numbers starting from 0, or integer numbers that you know, both positive and negative, so this is what we will be using mostly. And we are having string, as we can see there. String 2 is another data type, and this one we are going to write it string. We are not going to read it's written in full as it is. And this one is used for statement, codes, numbers are not part, but This one, when we mostly use them, we put them in quotation. It's like you are quoting from someone. So when you put them in quotation, the compiler sees it as a string or as a statement. Anything that you put in a quote, the compiler used to see them as a quote or statement. So when you want to write alphabetical things or writing of word sentences and things, you use string. And we are having float and double. I mostly like using double. I mostly like using double. Why do I like using double? I like using double because double contains a lot of numbers than the float. Double can take 8 digits after the point, 8 or more digits after the point, but the float is limited to 4 to 5. So I like using because you don't know the user's head or the kind of numbers that the user want to input. So when you use double, it's very good using the double. And this double is used for decimals. Decimal like 2.77 or you say 2.8978 2.978. So these are double or float decimals. And we have boolean as the Ghanaians, when you write things, you see them as true or false. So true or false statements are for boolean. True or false statements, either true or false. So this is for boolean, and this one for boolean we used to write it also like this. Bool, we write it bool when we are coding. And we have character as in one digit or one alphabet or one variable. Yes, character. Like when you fill some forms, you see male, female, then they will not write MALE, but they write M. Then they will write F. Then they say you should take one. When you get there, you see that it is male and female. No one tells you that it's male and female. So all those things are characters. And with using characters on this we use char. We shorten it by removing the acta from it and taking the char. So this is how. So all these are like male or female. So this is what we use, and there are a lot of things that you can use. This is for numbers and the rest, but they are for long ones. They are like you are writing like 10 digit numbers and the rest. You use long and the rest. So we thought we will be mostly using of a lot. Thank you. Good day once again, and I am Faith. Today too and now we are going to talk about the C out and the C in. Before we can do some small coding things and you get a fair idea about all that we'll be doing. So with this, we'll be having something of C out and C in. C out and C in. What is the meaning of C out and C in, as someone will ask? So with this C out, it's like printing something out. So allowing your user to see something is using C out. And this C in is for your user input. If you want your user to type something or to enter something, you use C in. So this is C out and C in. So we are going to do some small exercises about C out and C in, and you get a further and more idea about it. Thank you. So there we see C out. I have C out. With this, after writing your C out, the next thing that you have to add is this. If you don't bring this thing, the compiler is not seeing your C out. So let me start with numbers. Dealing, as I already said, we use int for numbers. So let's say int, then you bring your variable of x is assigned to 4 or 2. So this you terminate. So this is for termination, so that it means you've completed your test. So with this, I come to my C out. I want my user to see the 2 that I've written here. So I will just input, because I assigned it to x. So my 2 was assigned to x, as we already know about types. Say x has 2, so x is having 2. So this is it. So I'm printing x. Then I'm going to terminate. Then I have to go and run, so that we will see the 2 as we have written. So I run. We have 2. Can we do something else? Let's take, like, I want to print out 7. Maybe you want to print out 7. Let me run. We run. The 7 is here, so we want our user to see 7. So this is how it works. Let me do another one, so that we will move to sentences. How to print out sentences. With this, I see I have int y, which is assigned to 15. I terminate. I want to print my y. Let us run it. I run, and it prints 15. Someone will ask, can't we print the 2? Yes, we can, but how should we do it? So with this, you can choose to come and write C out again. Then you bring your x, then you terminate. With this, it will run the 2. But you see, it added the 2 numbers. Why? Why did it add the 2 numbers? So let's go and find out the reason why it added the 2 numbers. Because we are not saying you should print out 157. We are saying you print out 15 and 7. So we move. With this, we can say bring your this, and we bring end line. With my end line, it's going to end this y line and move to the next line, which is the x. It will not bring the x too close to the y. So let's print out and see it. So we print out. It ended this first line and continue with the second line, which is the x. Can we do something else? Let's try. Okay. With this, what if I don't want to bring my C out, this one, to this place, but I want it to get something close to U? Then I'll say, oh, let's try something. Let's try something by me giving you x here, and let me terminate so that we see it gave us the first one that we did, that we brought it down. So this is how it works. So what else? Yes, we want to separate it again by bringing both of them on the same line on our ID. So let's do it so that the user will see something different, not seeing both the numbers like that. Okay, so can I bring end lines as someone is asking? Can I bring end line and do it like this and bring my X as I already saw, but ignoring my C out, because C out bringing it is something different, something somehow. So let's run this one and see what it will give us. And we ran it and it gave us this as the same as what we already did. So you take note of this, and these are for numbers. Before that, let me do some small exercise for us. By adding the numbers, we can say and Z is equal to we assigned it. Those that did mathematics in schools, you know this. Then let's say x plus y expressions or equations, then you do it. Then let's terminate and let's write this again. We say after that print Z. Let's end this line and we say print Z for us. So it's going to print Z for us, and when we print Z, we have something this. Okay, so we didn't add the line, so end line, not end line. So we print and we have it 15 plus 7 is 22. So with C++ language, you make the thing look very nice. So I would not like and urge everyone to do something like this. But if you want to do something like this, as a programmer, your work has to be neat, that when someone sees it, he will feel comfortable. So let's change this style of writing and push it to something else by adding a string to it, telling the user what is meant of this and what is meant of this. So can we add something string? With a string, we can do something different like this. So we have our y, and we said we want to end the line, so we terminate. We can bring it out here too. Then we bring our x too. Then we end our line. So we end our line. I said we want to modify it and let it look nice by bringing a string to it. So you see the result is, what? Then you bring this one, because it's a string. You are not bringing the x inside because the x will note something else. So let's do this one. After that, we will see if you do like this, if it will work or it will not work. So you bring something like this, then this is a string, I end it, then I bring what I want you to print, which is the z, which is small z, then I end what? My line, or I can choose to terminate because there is nothing beneath it. So let's run it and see. We ran it and we got 15, 7, and the result is 22 as we have modified it. Someone was asking, can we remove this and print this thing? Please, it's an error. You can't. You have to bring this sign to open up for the Z to come. And someone was also asking, can we bring the Z inside if you bring your z inside, it will add it to what was given. So let's run it and you understand. This is running, but I say the result is z. We don't want the result z, we want to see the addition of the numbers so that it will print out without bringing us the z. So we have to ignore this and we see is what? We see z. Then we have our z to be 22, which is the result. Thank you for this one, and we are having the next one, which is the string. So we have added the numbers plus the string, but someone was asking, we with our data types we wrote string and we assigned it to something, or we were saying string is for words and so on. Yes, we have used string here in the cout, and we have used the integers in the cout by denoting it with variables. So let's check something out, like something different from what we are doing, and I'm going to do something like 40. So we have our string, so it's small letter, note, string. Then I can down you can assign something x is equal to, and I said your string should be in quotes. Then I'll say my name is, then my name is Faith. Okay, so this is it. Note, you have to terminate. Then let's bring our cout. Then I said we should bring this. We can print x, and for the user to see my name is Faith, and that is it. We can also ignore writing and assigning it to this, as when we open the Hello World program we saw it in the right string. My name is, what? Faith. Then you bring your, then you terminate. Let's run this one and see. And we have my name is Faith today. So these are how you write them and the rest. So like we want to move with a double, some of them don't work with how we use the string, and so double x, we have 2 points, this one, and we can here print out, because we are not using quotes, so we bring our x inside, then we run, and it said error. Why? Can anyone see the error? Because we didn't bring our terminate. So you bring your termination before you run, and it will run. So these are the numbers that we wrote: 2.34678, 2.64378. So this is it. And with this one too, you can do the same addition to it, and you are going to get the same thing. So this is how we use them, and as time goes on, we'll be using a lot with all those things. So let's quickly move to the in, the user input. So let's take, like, we have something like int x, then you terminate. Double, then I say double y, I terminate. I will say double because I've used double for 8, and when you add decimals or decimals you are going to see decimals too, or when you multiply decimal, divide decimals, you are going to see decimal. Because we don't want it to be errors, we have to use our double for our result. So z is going to be our x plus our y, then we terminate. So with the c out, can I write some c with the c in? Can I write some c out so that the user will understand what we are saying or what we want the user to do? So I want the user to enter something enter a number, any number of your choice. So the user is going to enter his or a number. I want to leave some space so that it will be a clean work. So this is it. Then I'll say, user, please come and see it in this place by writing your number here. So the user is going to write it here, and please, we want some C out here so that the user can also get an access writing something again by writing enter a decimal number or decimal numbers. Oh, let's take decimal number. So let's end that line too by giving an end line to it. Then we see the user should see it in what? Y. Then we terminate. So the C into, we have to denote by this sign, and we are on. And we see the result. So we want to print the result. So user, please, you are going to see it here. Your result is what? Then we see is, we don't want to end the line, we want to bring the Z for the user to see the result. So we terminate. Then we say, let's run it and see what will be given to us. So we run it. It say enter a number as we have given it, and it has given us space to write the number, and which is this place where you can see it blinking. It is giving us the access to enter a number. So let me enter 56. Then I'll press enter. Then it said enter a decimal number. Give me another thing. Okay, if I'm adding a decimal number, then I'll add 25.012947856. So I enter. Your result is, then added 8. I think the decimal was too big for it, but still it kept to it and gave us the numbers. So with this, it was greater by adding and adding, so it ended it here. This were the rest of the numbers, so it ran it and said these things, they are too much, so let's end it here. Thank you. So this is how we come over to the C in and the C out. So we are going to do a lot with designs and things, how to be. You will see people with design things and the rest. So thank you once again. Today, as we were learning the C in and the C out, we want to do some small exercise with our C in and our C out. So let's do something small with our C in and C out. So I would say we want to make something like an arrow or a Christmas tree, but we want the user to enter something so that with his entering will give him something that is not of his expectation. So let's bring something out. So I want to write something like see out, then I'll say my user should enter. Should we use numbers or enter? Okay, so I'll say I'll use numbers. Enter any number. So the user is going to enter any number of his or her choice. Enter any number with this. Then I'll say we didn't assign anything, so we are going to assign with X. Then let's close it. Then we end our line. So with our end line, we want something like 3 lines after what we have written. So we end another line, then we end the last one, which is another line to 8. Then we can go, but before that we didn't write anything like int x. Then let's terminate because we want the user to enter his number. So let's come to C in. Then we say C in user, please enter a number. But sorry, before that we've given the line, but okay, we'll do it. So user, please enter your X here, but we don't want our lines to be here, so we are going to ignore these things and we deal with this. We want the lines to be here, so I'll print my C out. Then I'll say end my line here, then end another line, which is this end line, and we end another line, which is this with the last one, end line. Then now we come to what we want to do. So with what we want to do, we want to print something out like a Christmas tree. So let's use string. On my string I want a space of 10. So please, I don't want it. I want you to see it well. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Then we close our space. Then we print our X, which is this. So me printing my X, I print my X, there I end the line because we want it to look something like a Christmas tree or an arrow. Then you can bring something C out, then you bring the same thing, but this time we will limit the line, to you keep it to 9. Then we continue with this. Then this one we print x and another x, then the last x, so that we can get it, and then we end our line. So like this, then it will do what? It will continue. So like this, then we will end it here. Let me space it up so that you see them well. I have done it, so you can choose about this one will be something else. So let's keep it to what we already do, what we already have. So it's what we already do, what we already have. So let's keep it to that, and we can move on. So with this, when I run, the user is supposed to enter a number, and the number denotes all these things. So let's run and see what will be given unto us. I ran. He said, oh, enter any number. I said, okay, let's enter a number of 3. Then it printed 3s with this, an arrow. That's what we did. And we can also choose to do what? Enter another one. Enter another one by so we can ignore this one too. We can ignore this. Then please, with our entry numbers, we can enter any number. Let's take like I want to enter 8. We can enter 8 too. Then I press enter. You see, it is given unto me. So any number that you want, you enter and you are going to do this. So there are a lot that we can do with IDs and programs that we can create within ourselves. So you think of something, then you do it. You think of something, then you do. You think of something, then you do. But the next time we are going to do how our Momo, those Ghanaians, how our MTN Momos are being done. So that's what we are going to create. Bringing when you type *170#, then it will bring a pop-up menu which is having transfer money and this cash out, allow and airtime and bundle and those things. Then when you enter this one to it is going to open another one. So you'll be creating that system so that you know a fair idea of how to use and how we use what we called C++ language. Thank you. You can do more of this. Let's change this int into a string, and we say string x. Then we come here, we say enter any alphabet. So enter any alphabet of your choice. So the user is going to see enter any alphabet, then you run, then you say enter any alphabet. I choose to enter, let's say, capital Q, then I will press enter and use capital Q for everything. So you can think of a lot and do a lot. Thank you. This is the end of our section, and we shall continue doing more and more of all these things. We will get to a place we'll be using of loops and all these things, and I want you to please take note of all those that are on my platform. Please continue, and there will be a time that we will bring you videos, which is YouTube videos. Then you follow and subscribe. Please, thank you. You are all welcome, and we are praying that you all be blessed and you be a great developer one day. Thank you. All welcome. Thank you.